Jordan was there. It was Jake.
Oh, it was Jake. Okay. I have started recording.
Are any of us really anywhere? What is that?
Pretty sure we're in an apartment.
Wait, what?
Are any of us really anywhere? I saw you for a half a second today, Jordan. You exist at some point in time.
Did I? We could all just be brains in jars thinking all of these things because of electrical impulses driven through our...
What are we,
nerves.
computers?
Tuff, do you sometimes feel like a cat locked in a box by someone named Schrodinger? Are you not sure if you exist?
Join our
I know
cult.
this is a determined answer. All I know is I think, therefore, I am maybe a cat in a box.
At least it's not a jack in the box.
I mean, we could be. Theoretically, we could be a jack in a box in a jar.
No, Jordan, it needs to
I
stop
mean-
at some point.
I mean, if the cat's name is Jack,
Uh-huh.
you could both be a cat in a box and Jack in a box.
Or it could be a cleverly rigged up apparatus of a cat with a jack in the box taped to it in a jar. Or a tiny jack in a box inside a cat in a jar.
This week on Philosophies with Jordan.
Wait, what if it's a cat inside the Jack in the box? Like it's inside with Jack.
Looks like a tiny little cat inside a jack in, or a really big
Or
jack
it's
in the
just
box.
a really big Jack in the box.
Yeah.
I'm
And
imagining.
then all of that's inside a jack in the box restaurant.
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
restaurant is
Yeah.
riding on the back of a gigantic cat.
That could be you for all we know.
Larger Jack on the box.
That is still inside another jack in the box.
Now we throw in that this all could have started 5 minutes ago with our memories implanted, and we've got something going.
Quick, someone call Christopher Nolan.
That's right.
I like to call it philosophical soup.
Philosophical soup.
Otherwise known as thought salad.
It's on the menu.
Or is it?
Of the jack in the... Stop!
It could just be
Pondering
a menu in a
puree.
jar.
Or is it?
Wonder Waffles.
Here's Wonder Waffles.
Oh god.
All right. Stormwolves. If that is even an accurate name for the group anymore.
Who even knows?
Who even
Vox
knows?
Libertatis. I was thinking about that this week. I was like, we have totally dropped that whole name. Like, why do we fight for it anymore?
Then,
I think-
in other words, Auxsonia, Janus, Elyswen. You are
That's what it is.
standing in the aftermath of a fight that has claimed one of your friends and claimed several lives of the Marines of the MMS Kraken who have fought beside you. Nearly claimed the life of Arden at one point, but the fight has finished.
I'm unconscious.
What would you like to do?
I'm unconscious.
We need to find the prisoners. Somewhere around here there are prisoners. And I'll kind of...
I'm gonna run over and try to stabilize
Yeah, is
Jessica.
everybody here?
Okay. Make a heal check.
Don't you freaking nat one on me.
Oh.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Well, that's the thing, is that we're the supernatural ones.
18.
Oh yeah.
I
I'm
have potions.
fairly sure that's successful.
Alright.
I have a potion. I have one potion.
You do?
Yeah. I say give it to Ox. If that's... Do you think this should go to Auxsonia?
I mean, you have Well, the crew are seeing to their one downed marine. So currently, the people down on the ground are Ox, Betonia, and this strange gnomish woman.
Janus, should this go to Auxsonia? She could maybe help.
I think so.
Okay. I'll just pass it to you since you're kind of.
Yep. I'll take it, pop the cork, and down it goes.
Okay. Roll for healing. 1d3.
One
Or
D-
sorry.
1d8
1d8 plus
3.
3.
What the
I skipped
hell?
the 8. I skipped
It's
the 8.
poison.
What kind of
Pure minuscule wounds.
Watered down cure
minuscule
light wounds.
wounds.
It's like
Pure
the soap
hypercut.
at the bottom.
I am staggered.
Oh,
You are conscious.
This is
but if you cast a
perfect.
spell,
No, it's perfect.
if you cast one spell, if it heals you, we're good.
I don't
She doesn't have any spells left.
The fact
Oh,
that
crap.
this is the state that I'm in to see Betonia, though.
Auxsonia, you come back to consciousness with the now familiar taste of a healing potion. Janus is kind of leaning over you. And as he helps you sit up, you look around, and right next to you is the body of Betonia.
Oh, she puts a hand on her bastard sword.
I'm gonna put a hand over her hand. Just, she's dead. She's dead.
It's if I attack, right? That I go I take a.
If you take a standard action,
Oh my gosh, guys.
She's not going anywhere.
you can see Janus like the slash right on her collarbone and neck where Betonia had slashed her with a dagger is just very thinly like knit together, and that any sudden moves would probably pop that open again.
Ox, we have bigger matters. She's dead. If you want to, we can deal with that later. But now, we need to make sure that you don't hurt yourself. You're very badly wounded. I don't have any other way to say it.
She lets go of her bastard sword, one finger at a time, you know. I'm life sworn. And just like collapses into Janus, like just.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for healing me. Thank you for healing me.
You're welcome. Stay right here. I'm gonna go tend to our gnome friend over there.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to stabilize the gnome.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit like against the wall of the cave and just stare at Betonia and like my hands off my sword, and I'm just, that's insane. This is not how I imagined this day. That's all.
I'm assuming there's still a dagger protruding from the gnome's chest.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that looks nasty. I should probably wrap that.
Captain?
Can I attempt heal check to at least stabilize the gnome?
You can. The captain turns from his crew. What's the gnome's hit points at?
-3.
Yeah, that's a success.
Well,
It was at -3 unless I needed to be rolling death saves at any point.
You're fine. It wouldn't have mattered anyway.
I mean, 1 round.
Yeah.
What is it, Elyswen? Something wrong?
Do you have any healing potions to spare?
I think we have one, and he'll come over with a potion, and he'll just hand it to you, and he's gonna turn back to his crew, kind of trying to bandage up some of the more grievous injuries, because all of them are in really bad shape. Like every single one of them, from the captain, every crewman, and Arden, are all below half health.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. What are their what are they at? I want to know.
Like numerically?
Sure. I mean, that's a DM thing. You don't have to. But...
We're out of combat. Doesn't really matter now. The captain is 31 out of 59, so I guess technically he's just above half health. Arden is 19 out of 41. And then crewman from right to left, 9 out of 26, 12 out of 26. The one just above Elyswen is... Let me roll healing for him, because currently he's at -5. Actually, now he's at 1.
Hey.
And then 7 out of 26, 7 out of 26, and 14 out of 26. So I guess that guy's above half health too. Yeah, they're all really bad shape.
everyone but 2 people are bloodied.
Insane.
I'm gonna look at Ox.
Hey.
It's like dead in the eyes.
Hey.
You don't look so great right now.
No, I don't feel so great, but I'm alive, and
Oh.
you're alive, and we're all alive.
Yes. And
She's like
you know,
charred from running through the fire.
I don't know if any of these people would be alive if it weren't for you.
Yeah, I'm coming to terms with that.
I know it's not everyone, but between all of us, myself included, you've probably together given all of us hundreds of years.
Hundreds, huh?
Combined.
Oh, okay.
Well, me, myself, I account for half of it.
Thanks, Elyswen. Puts a hand on her shoulder. Thanks. Let's not do this again, okay? Let's not.
Next time, we be more careful. We need more healing potions.
Yeah, like everybody gets yeah. I have no more
Speaking
spells.
of healing potions, Elyswen, are you gonna administer that healing potion the captain gave
Oh,
you?
I gave it to Janus.
Oh, Janus, so you just pass it? You
Yeah.
guys just gonna pass it around? No, you give it to her.
Yeah, he used it on Ox.
Yeah.
You just splash it on her face, whatever.
Oh, is that the one that you used?
No, he used it on Ox. That was where that went.
No,
No,
There's a
What do you
second
ask
one,
for?
yeah.
no, that's not the one. You, the captain
Oh,
supplied
I
one
didn't. Okay,
for the gnome.
sorry. Here, Janus, you take this. I'm going to see if I can find a key on Betonia. Maybe we can free the other prisoners.
Good idea.
I would like to point out at this point that aside from the rags that this gnome is clad in, there is a belt that is way too large that has been tied in a rough knot around her waist with a key ring.
Here, Elyswen, try these.
Hey.
And I'm going to take the key ring and just toss it to Elyswen.
You guys should
Oh, this-
loot her.
I might do it. I want to see if he has any.
Sorry.
No, I'm reviving it. And
She
then I'm
might
gonna
have
give the
potions,
healing
yeah.
potion to the gnome.
That was for
Okay.
just my sake to see
And
Noah's
Elyswen will
face.
kind of just
Sorry.
like pull Betonia, just out
They're
of
thoroughly not.
out of respect, we'll pull Betonia over like here somewhere.
All I had were those belt keys.
It's like Skyrim when you find rags, like rag clothing or
Yeah.
something. That's all you see in the inventory.
Oh, not much there. I'll approach Reviver then. She might know where other loot is. Yes, I'm gonna just administer the health potion.
Okay.
There's-
I'm taking Betonia over here to do some searching.
You also get 5.
Hey, that actually puts me to 2.
Okay. Can you roll me a perception check for searching?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Can you also make a knowledge arcana check?
Oh, jeez. Okay. Ugh. 15.
Okay. I will send you a list of what you find.
Okay.
What do I see as I like come to consciousness?
The light.
Janus, what color is your hair again?
It's been the
Teal.
Longest day.
Okay.
Alright.
You come to consciousness. The last like vestiges of a phantom pain of a dagger in your chest. And as you open your eyes and take a breath, you see a human above you with bright teal hair. You look around, you see several other people in uniforms, look like they're binding wounds. You see another a half-elf woman kind of propped up, sitting against the wall a little ways away from you. There is a blood trail of someone who has dragged a body over to the tables, and you see as an elfin woman is picking through the pockets of Betonia. Beyond the soldiers, you see the carnage of the battle that you were on the other side of. Other side of is like geographically, not politically.
Easy there, easy. I know we haven't met yet, but thanks for your help.
Please don't eat us.
Thank you.
Where did the dagger that was... Janus, did you have the dagger that was in her chest?
Yes.
Okay.
Tonya's dagger?
Listen, I had to pull it out of the gnome, okay?
No, you take it. It's fine. Ox is we're relaxing over here. Just relaxing.
What happened?
Well, during the last few seconds of that fight, that you and Betonia were in, she kind of stabbed you right as you cut her, and this was in your chest.
What does that knife look like, out of curiosity?
The dagger has the blade itself is a dark black color, almost like the color of cast iron. Obviously, it's not cast iron, but the similar color. But the edge of the knife is a bright silvery steel color. It has a sapphire in the pommel. And the grip has a silver wire wrap. And now I gotta write that down.
Kind of like looking around a little bit more, getting her bearings a little bit more. She notices herself and quickly mutters a few words in a language I don't think any of you understand.
What language is it?
Well, that would be telling.
Wow.
What's it sound like? I want to hear it.
I don't know.
Celestial,
I don't
demonic,
know.
gnome,
Make
gnome,
it
goblin, or
up.
sylvan?
Like, does it sound like happy notes, or is it like infernal?
It sounds. It's not a like flowy language or like something like incredibly harsh, like abyssal would be
Okay.
in my imagination.
Yeah.
But it's definitely sharp and cutting and like kind of a lot of hard sounds. That's how I would imagine it. If that makes sense.
No clue.
Now I'm wondering if people would just know what kind of languages there are, even if you don't speak it. Because, like, in today's world, we'd be like, oh, that's French, but I don't know what they're saying.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So if it's a common language, would we know it? Or
That might be a linguistics check.
I'm thinking that's linguistics.
that would be linguistics. I want to make a roll. That's a good roll.
You want to message me what you're
Oh
speaking
yeah.
in?
Totally. I mean, I think you could probably guess, Zach. But
I don't have a rank in linguistics.
I think so.
I have
Is it
read-
undercommon?
I have read lips. Yeah. I've got a natural 19.
Actually, it's what is it? Desirak or whatever, the insect
yeah.
people.
Oh yeah. Is it overcommon?
Is it middle common?
We want just common enough. That's what we're looking for.
It's Southern
lukewarm
English.
common?
Slightly uncommon.
He's speaking with
So
a
I think
Boston
it-
accent.
That's right.
It's just dwarven English.
He's from Jersey. Like, I don't know what you're saying, man.
You keep saying wicked, I don't get it.
He's from the future. It's all these slang words. He
But yeah.
plays-
So, needless to say, she speaks like a kind of a quick phrase and moves her hands a little bit, and the veils covering roughly half her body like fade away into like regular gnomish skin, and a more covering but still somewhat ragged black dress like forms over her form. So, what exactly happened?
Well, we were fighting. You were fighting kind of with us, but not, because we never met you before. And then, well, the fighting stopped, and we survived. Most of us survived. Batonia's dead. The pirates are dead. I
Are
should
there-
probably ask, who are you?
Yeah, are there prisoners?
Oh, I'm Janus, by the way.
The same as Evot, actually. Janus, pleasure.
That over there, and I gesture towards Auxsonia. That's Ox, and then our other friend, Elyswen, over there.
I found some extra potions if anybody needs them.
I
Under better circumstances, I'd say it was a pleasure.
Yeah, no, this day kind of sucks.
Who are you?
Might as well trust you. The past month has kind of made me a little bit paranoid. My name's Katarina.
Here we go. I'm gonna need that drink now, Elyswen.
I'll come back with it.
Have you guys found any prisoners on your way?
That's what I was going to ask you about. Was that what you were looking for?
You're not down that way. I checked the whole place. And
What?
she gestures like the house hallway.
What clan are you from?
Why do you ask?
Because we might have something to tell you.
Ooh, sounds serious.
What was that?
Sounds serious.
It is.
Oh, but I'd love to stay and chat, but I really need to find other prisoners. And she kind of like pushes herself to her feet.
Okay, I'll hand Aux and Katarina potions of cure moderate wounds.
Yes.
There are some
Roll
caverns up to the north. Maybe we should check those.
Roll it. I need to be healed first before we.
Oh, I'm rolling it.
I need to be healed.
Well,
before
no,
we
whoever uses it,
Yeah.
you're the one
Yeah,
using it,
I
so
think-
you roll
yeah.
it.
I am drinking one of those.
1d8.
2d8
What
plus
is it,
5.
Jason?
Oh.
2d8 plus 5.
16. 16.
12.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
I would like to do something.
What would you like to do?
I unsheath my bastard sword.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
You, Katarina, you see as the half-elf wounds seal up more fully, as she grips the hilt of a sword on her back, on her like
No.
on her waist,
Oh, it's,
on the back of your waist, the small of her back,
mhm.
and pulls it out. And instead of a full-length sword, it is broken about a foot from the hilt.
She holds it out over Batonia and then brings it to her arm with the tattoos and cuts off the name. I take damage.
Yes.
What do I do? What do I need to roll? A 1d4? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're treating it like a dagger, so 1d4.
1.
Okay, take 1 point of damage. What's your strength score?
I think it is nothing. I want to say it's nothing. 0.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, just 1 point.
Now we can go.
I had keys.
Oh, here. I'll hand her those. I found this one on Batonia as well. I'm just gonna pull up a key. There's some other things, but I left them behind.
Right. Oh, I need to try to find my people. So I'm gonna head down that hallway. And she'll start walking to the north.
Okay.
On the way there. You'd never told us your clan.
I told you I wanted to find my people for Untitled Chapter.
Okay. Are you guys going with her, or is she just going up there by herself?
I'd like to
She's
pull.
going regardless of whether or not.
I'd like to pull Elyswen aside as this gnome just starts taking off.
Janus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. Janus
Oh.
and Katarina. Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
just to bring something to attention. Now that she's cast that spell and the scales are gone, let me post the other portrait. No, I have way too many versions of this. There.
Ooh.
But the dress is like seems purposefully kind of a bit more than one.
So the scales are a temporary thing.
You
Like they're gone now?
cast a spell and now they are not there.
Got
And
it.
Oh, okay.
there is suddenly a dress where before she was.
She's a wizard.
Okay.
It probably looks like the appearance of them kind of like changing probably looks similar to the visual effect when the human pirate like melted into her.
It's Peg in disguise.
Oh, no. Well, at least
She's been
Alvyn
playing the
died.
long con.
No!
At least Alvyn died before Pig came back.
Everyone, oh my gosh, yeah.
Could you imagine? Yeah.
No, I just realized
Yeah.
that what
Oh, yeah.
what she said to him is true. No! Oh my gosh. I have to look at my notes now. No.
I am heading down this hallway there.
Okay.
I am following behind.
Elyswen, grab her arm lightly,
All right.
gently.
As you two approach, you see a iron grated door, and right behind that door is a small figure of a gnomish man in tattered clothing that was once looked like fine clothing. His face is dirty and bruised, and he kind of shies away as you start stepping forward, and then he sees you, Katarina. He breathes a sigh of relief. Everyone, over here. And as you see, is several other gnomes. Forgive the fact that all the tokens are the same, but
I mean, they're not all clones / simulacrums of each other.
it's exactly what they had. You discovered the pirate's secret plan.
Oh, no.
Oh man, I was hoping they were just sextuplets.
Who this reminds me of? I know, I saw
They're
this.
cloning the Pathfinder base characters.
You know who it reminds me of? Of that kid, of the guy, what do we call him? His name was... Oh, now it's gonna bother me.
Which Sticky Pete?
There was the guy that we...
Stinky Pete.
Stinky Pete. He was the noble kid.
Oh!
What's his name?
What
It was something obnoxious. It was
Canis?
What was it?
Canis?
Canis.
Canis.
And we called him so many nasty names.
Anus? Mostly just called him Anus.
Yeah, I did. Lord Lightfoot, what was it?
Lordling.
Lordling.
Lordling, that's right.
It's Lordling! He's been captured again!
I'm really regretful that I was playing Grot at that point in time.
I will move to Alton.
Katarina, it's well, I didn't expect that you were. We didn't even know you were alive anymore. What's going on? We heard fighting.
It's over.
Are they gone? Are we safe now?
They're gone.
There's like this like you didn't notice it before, but they were all like really tensed up and kind of high strung. And then when you say that, there's like this collective like sigh, and they all just kind of slump, like all this tension has left them. You can see one of them is like leaning against. There's a gnomish woman who's kind of being supported by another gnome, and her leg is like crudely splinted with some like driftwood and strips of cloth. Oh, that's Katarina, you recognize these gnomes
Yeah.
from the from Niven. The one who's talking to you kind of as the spokesman, you recognize Alveryn. He was the master carpenter.
All right.
Well, if the if the fighting's over, then think you could get us out of here? We've seen enough of the inside of this cave to last. Well, we've seen enough.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. Are you? What are you doing?
I guess I'll turn to Janus, who is there.
That's
Do you know the way out of here?
yes, I do. Here we should.
There's another exit on this level, but I'm assuming you guys have a way out. That's not that way.
Yes. There is a place where these ships are.
Okay, so you can go fit.
Can I speak to you for a minute?
I really need to get those people out of here.
Yes, but it's. We can talk on the way there, okay?
All right. Shove wave for the people to follow.
Did you open the door?
Oh yeah, I said I was
Nice.
opening the door quickly
With
as
what
possible.
key?
Keys on the key ring.
That you got?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, the door opens.
Okay. It might have just been who knows what key.
Probably probably a similar or the same key that I used earlier.
I imagine a key that perfectly fits the lock.
Okay, so yeah, the door swings open with a grating sound, and almost like it's very similar to like a if you've seen ducklings or chicks with their like mother duck or chicken. They just kind of swarm in a little bundle right behind Katarina wherever she's going. They're all kind of just clutching each other. And in their defense, this room is completely filled with the carnage of battle. There are bodies everywhere. It reeks of burnt flesh and hair and clothes. And the metallic tang, irony tang of blood. And it's an absolute war zone. We'll cut to Aux, and Elyswen.
Thank you. Okay. Meanwhile, hey,
Want to buy a sundial?
that
I had to. I'm sorry.
was
Go
good.
ahead.
That's you know who.
What?
Yeah.
You think that's...
Katarina? I mean, how many... I need to find the voice. How many other gnomes do you know that we've been looking for in this area that are named that? It's probably a pretty good chance. But I think that maybe you should be the one to tell her.
Any particular reason why?
I'm terrible at talking to people, especially gnomes. Especially gnomes. Car says burned ox. In a lot of ways.
Then, I mean, I can, but I think we should all be there.
Oh, I'll be there. It's just, you know. Actually, I'm gonna go over here really quick. I need to loot this body.
Oh, I looked. She's got some pretty nice gear, but we can here. I'll separate everything out.
Great. Yeah, Ox is definitely gonna be looking for clues,
Oh,
notebooks. I don't know, like something that ties her to some type of symbol. I don't know. She's looking for tattoos, and she's not afraid because she's a cleric, and she does this all the time. She's searching the body, the whole freaking body.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay, please. No. It's below average. That's well, still good. 23.
Wow. You're like, no! I thought it was going to be like below 10.
I rolled an 8.
Do you need
Oh.
any help? I can check like the face region.
Double check.
The left foot.
Yeah.
Ox, as you're searching Batonia, one, you notice it seems like a lot. She doesn't have a whole lot on her. You do notice as you're searching on her like right below her collarbone on her left side, there is a tattoo that appears to be a spider's web.
Have we seen this before?
No?
Okay. It's been a year since we've started playing this game, so I'm just making sure that we haven't seen it before. Okay, a spider's web. Okay. Anything else peculiar or non-peculiar that I need to write down?
Can you make an intelligence check?
Yeah. Not good. 12.
Okay. You do think it? I mean, you saw. You would have seen Elyswen eluding Batonia's body already, so you're not surprised to find that there's not really any valuables.
Mm-hmm.
But you do notice that her throat has been cut. And you can tell by the fact that there's almost no blood coming out of it that it probably happened after she was dead.
Did I miss something, Elyswen?
What would you be referring to?
Well, I went down before she died. How did she die? I'm looking at these wounds, and there's multiple wounds on her that are like fatal. 2 of them. Why are there 2 of them? What happened?
Katarina hit her with... Are you talking about her neck?
Yeah. And, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Sense motive if you had.
I'm gonna kneel down. There's no need.
Okay.
Elyswen's gonna kind of like crouch down next to you. It didn't feel like it was worth waiting. I mean, the same thing would have happened here or 2 months from now on a ship. I mean, look at Hessa. It was pointless to belabor the point.
Oh, you mean killing her? She was dead.
I didn't want to take any chances.
I appreciate that. And I probably would be doing the same thing right now if you hadn't already.
The captain might not feel the same way.
Oh, pfft. I don't think there was any way she would have gotten out of it.
I have a feeling he might like his courts and his procedure.
What's he gonna do? Raise her from the dead just to kill her again?
I'm just saying, let's maybe not say anything until we have to.
That's fine. I don't really care. Yeah.
But if you want to see anything else that she had, it's all on the table over here.
Do you have any more like fire spells today?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
I could make some mist, but that's about it.
Never mind. I just wanted to.
There are fires around.
I just prefer to have her body destroyed, is all.
I mean, there's the fire over there. You could talk to the captain quickly.
Is there a fire over there, Zach?
Oh yeah, there's several fires
Great.
in the room.
I'm gonna
There's
start
fires.
dragging Betonia's body towards it.
Okay.
This fire. I can't. I think that's yeah. Yep. She'll drag the body over here. If no one stops her.
The captain's gonna see then. Auxsonia, what are you doing?
I just wanted to destroy the body. Didn't really want to drag it all the way back to the ocean. Is this okay?
Why do you need to destroy the body?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe, I don't know. We don't want to just leave it here, do we? And just someone walks by and...
He looks around at the cave, looking confused. Just who do you think is gonna be walking in here?
Have you ever met the necromancer?
I'd rather not. Yeah, I don't know. It just needs to be final.
Pirates deserve no funeral.
Good.
This isn't about the funeral.
This is about...
Arden.
She killed
Arden.
my friend, and I want to make sure that she just doesn't come back. Is that okay?
Do as you wish, I suppose.
Great. Throw her in the fire.
Have you? Okay. For one, it's a cook fire, not a bonfire. So you unless you're gonna sit there for a very long time feeding her into the fire.
Sorry, this got really dark.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. No, I won't do that. I'll just walk away with Elyswen. There we go. We're done.
I think we've proven the
it's
point.
done.
Should we go walk up north? Oh, I'll grab the other two cure light wounds potions from over here, where I left him with all of Betonia's other stuff, and then
You just left her stuff piled up?
I mean, I can take it with me.
Oh, definitely
Yeah,
take
like,
it.
was
Take
asking.
it.
Yeah.
Take it. Take
Since
it.
we're since we're like heading out, I'll just stuff it all in a bag, in my bag, and then just walk off up here.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess you two meet Janus and Katarina as they're walking down. Katarina is being followed by a group of gnomes.
Holy clown.
What are you doing?
What?
I'm looking at the body.
Oh, I left it by the fire. We didn't burn it. We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't.
Just,
we
just
didn't.
bringing him with.
We
Just
didn't.
bringing her with.
No.
All right.
Weekend at Baton.
Elyswen?
What?
You have
I
something,
have some potions.
you have something to say?
Yeah.
Nudges her. Looks at Katarina.
As you walk up to Katarina, Katarina is walking pretty purposefully. With these notes behind her. Katarina will hand you the ring of keys and the single key. We need to get some fresh air.
Yeah, we have something to talk about with you.
Down that other hallway.
Yeah,
I
we.
mentioned. You seem pretty occupied and like with the pirates and stuff.
No, we're done with them.
Assuming you came here like to deal with them, I think there's some things you might want to look at down that hallway over there. There's like a map and some stuff.
Map?
Captain?
And some other things. I didn't get too good of a look at it for it. I was looking for them. And
You can't let her go down.
she's just walking and talking at this point.
Where is she
I'm
walking
gonna
to?
stay in step.
Oh, crap. Yeah, no, you can't go that way.
What do you mean I can't go that way? And she just pushes
Oh,
back.
he doesn't. I'm not saying that out loud.
Can we walk at or talk and have a very serious discussion while we walk this way and walk maybe a little bit slower?
I don't know about you, but I haven't seen the light of day in over a month, and neither have my people here. So
Alveryn's
I don't
dead.
see that.
When?
Ox just sits down. Ox just sits down.
Janus?
What?
Yes.
What the actual heck,
That's what
Tuff?
he did.
Oh my gosh.
He's not going to stop. I don't want her to walk. Listen, I don't want her stumbling over his body.
Right? Well,
Okay.
rewind 10 seconds ago. She's trying to push past you. Alveryn's dead.
Hold on.
What's the better solution? What do I do?
It's
Have
too
some
late.
tact,
you already
maybe.
said it. You already
You-
said it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, how do you even react to that?
That's what this is gonna tell me. What would that even be?
Well, I think Elyswen is officially fired from human resources.
There are worse ways this could have gone.
Yeah, that's
Because the way this
true.
was going is he wanders
Seeing the
downstairs
body?
and steps on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have, I don't know, like, you could have shot her with an arrow and the note attached that says Alveryn is dead. That could have been slightly worse.
I was
Okay,
going
what's
to
your-
run ahead and put like a blanket or something over the body.
Yeah.
Janus is just like, well, there goes that plan.
Where do you have a blanket?
Whatever Katarina's expression or reaction is,
I'm just gonna roll it and see what it is.
you like blurt that out, Elyswen, and the 6 gnomes following her just like seem confused. And they just kind of look between you and Katarina.
Okay, well that's pretty damn high. I have no idea what you're talking about. She just keeps walking.
See, it went fine.
Okay. Katarina, you have a husband you haven't seen for a very long time.
I don't know you.
But we know your husband.
New.
Oh my gosh, you
there.
guys!
Okay.
You guys! Oh,
This is awful.
where
Well,
did
Janus-
you guys all like
Look,
take charisma damage when I
look,
wasn't looking? What is
she
happening
has
here?
a -1 in charisma. This is my only input here, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but Janus doesn't.
Yes, and I'm trying to explain the situation. We knew your husband.
I highly doubt that. She keeps walking.
We're from much farther south on a different continent. Your husband got word that you had been kidnapped a few months ago. We came up here traveling with him because we're his friends.
My husband is a merchant marine. Not. I don't know.
Um, Your
Auxsonia.
husband.
So as you guys are kind of like arguing and trying to like block the path and trying to go down this hallway, the captain is gonna stride up. A moment.
Oh, no.
A moment.
Do you mind? We haven't seen sunlight in. Oh, hold on.
James.
He the captain, like, Katarina, you see a human man in his, looks like in his middle years, but still still strong. His once nice uniform is covered in blood. And as he kind of looks at you, looks at the gnomes. Very well. What is your name?
Katarina.
Katarina? I am Captain Randolph Wolf of the MMS Kraken.
Under different circumstances, I'd say it's a pleasure.
Certainly more pleasurable than it has been, I'm sure. We have still some business to take care of here. Investigation that needs to happen. But rest assured that you will have safe passage on the Kraken back to Karst.
Thank
Men,
you.
go see to the longboats. As you see some rather beleaguered-looking Marines will walk with you and the gnomes down the tunnel. Arden and the captain stay behind.
All right. Instead of continuing walking, instead of trying to explain how I know your husband, all that, how did I know that you haven't seen your husband for decades? If this is the first time that we've met.
Am I allowed to request a sense motive check?
There you go.
Are you? Yeah, I mean,
From
from Janus.
Yep.
The captain, Elyswen. The things that you recovered from that pirate,
yes, I have them here.
please hand them over.
Okay.
Did you find anything else on her?
Just some potions and the key.
May I have the key?
Yes. And here's... Actually, do I even have the key anymore?
Katarina handed him off as you approached and then walked past you.
Yeah. So I'll hand him that key and the key ring.
Thank you. We have some investigation to do up here. But feel free to head back down to the longboats.
There's no reason that you can think to delay going to the longboats.
Why?
Risk of a cave-in. Help me out here.
This tunnel seems sturdy enough, and it should remain sturdy enough until at least we get out of here.
Fine. Do we want any other dead next of kin laid out for anybody? She'll just kind of mutter and walk away.
Yeah, he's gonna, I guess, just shrug and turn to Arden. Let's make this quick. And they'll walk off this way. Yeah, we don't necessarily have to be using the map, but
Roll for initiative.
Katarina's definitely been walking and made it further than this.
What's
Yeah,
your walking
so
speed, little gnome?
What?
Oh! We're gonna bring that up now.
Yeah, I'm not a barbarian, so I don't get that juicy +10 bringing me up to a normal creature.
We catch up easily.
So I am lowly 20.
Well, as you move down the tunnel, you see more signs of fighting before it got to the main room. A few dead pirates. And as you turn and follow the path of the tunnel, there ends in a trapdoor.
I'm gonna put a hand on your shoulder, Katarina, and just
Really quick, what did you roll on your thing?
Oh, yeah. Can you tell me what information you're trying to not give away? Withhold? What was your sense motive, Janus?
my sense motive.
Yeah,
I think you're rolling.
sense motive against Katarina.
There were some parts of this game you definitely missed.
I thought.
There was a point where Alvyn was lying to everybody.
Oh yeah, I thought that Noah was doing a sense motive
Or
to see if he believes us.
yeah.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different thing.
Okay. Yeah, Janus, your words don't really... She seems unfazed by what you've said.
Then at least let me say this before we go down. Your husband was a part of this mission to free the captive gnomes and you.
Are you still moving, Katarina?
You definitely still walking. Yep.
Okay. You're at the trapdoor. There's a... Like, it's not a true ladder. It's more like a super steep set of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And your husband unfortunately didn't make it. He's down near the docks. Whether you believe me or not, that is what you will find there. I'm sorry.
You see a bit of recognition in her eyes. And kind of like a flash of something. But then that is like quickly kind of replaced by the face of someone who is on the job and needs to keep up appearances. And
If you have any questions, we've been with him for months at this point.
I probably will, but I have more important I need to deal with at this moment. These are my people. I need to make sure that they're seen to safety. And my responsibility.
Of course.
Here, and I'll hand a couple health potions over. Just a couple potions of cure light wounds.
I'll hand them to Alveryn. Was that his name?
Alveryn, yeah.
You know who needs these most.
Yeah, well, we all do. And he says it almost like at first like he's starting it as kind of trying to be lighthearted, and then it just kind of falls flat on its face.
We'll see tomorrow. 8, I assume. Later on, but just
He just kind of nods, and he turns back to the group.
So
You guys are.
the Janus. Oh, lead the way.
Ox is walking very slowly behind everybody, making sure that she doesn't want to see this reaction. Not interfering.
Okay. You guys head down the trap door. As you go, you see there's another iron grated door similar to the cell door that was to your cell. As it's open, and as you walk down and around the bend, it opens up into this space. You can see a long pier. You see the looks like two masts of ships poking out of the water, and you see several longboats pulled up onto the shore where there's looks like a smithing station. There's also as you turn the corner, the corpse of a troll, and there is bloodshed everywhere. As you gingerly pick your way around that and come out into the main space, you see in a line 5 bodies. Look like they have been moved there purposely, whereas the others appear to be gnolls and orcs mostly, kind of piled off to the side, but these 5 have been laid out carefully. 4 of them are human, and 1 of them is a gnome.
I am not paying attention to that right now, making sure that my people get on boats.
Okay.
Hearts.
Let me...
What did you say?
Oh, heartless, but it makes sense you're not looking at them, so it makes sense you wouldn't know. Yeah.
I would use the word professional.
Oh, I don't say that to her.
I know, I'm not saying that. Noah is saying I would use the word professional.
So as you come into this space, the Marines will kind of push past you a bit and start getting the longboats ready for departure.
Mm-hmm.
Elyswen, are you with them?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'll move you over.
Yeah, I just turned to the nuns again. It's almost over.
One of most of the Marines are going to work on it. This one guy's going to hang back because he only has 1 hit point. He's really feeling it. After a few minutes, They have kind of pushed the longboats a little bit off of the shore where they were run aground, and they're just kind of holding them there on the shore. And they're all just gonna kind of sit down and rest. And they're just waiting.
At this point in time, I will kind of look at the bodies.
Yeah, it's gonna be several minutes, like 15, 20.
I'm gonna just sit up against the wall next to Alveryn's body and just put my head back and close my eyes.
And she will make her way over there.
Katarina, at the end of this line of bodies, there's a body of a gnome. Very pale. Beautiful armor that has been rent and torn in several places. There's a shining, if blood splattered, gnomish hook hammer at his side. And it is the face of Alveryn.
She'll just kind of kneel down next to it. Staring at it. She looks at Janus. I don't have a question. After we get.
You're
Make
super
sure
quiet,
your
Noah.
mic-
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
I don't have questions. After we get to the
Take your time.
And yeah, she's just kneeling there. Staring.
Okay. After several minutes, close to 15 minutes, you see as the captain and Arden come back. They are carrying a chest between the two of them.
Real quick, Ox is gonna go into the water for a little bit.
Oh, does she still have?
Because I still have water breathing.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
And I am using that. And I'm definitely screaming underwater, but also like just enjoying not feeling like I was just caught on fire anymore and just
Okay.
trying
You
to
get into the water, and there's literally like the water turns red around you as the blood is washed out. Blood and soot are washed out of your clothes. Partially.
She takes like 5 minutes and just stays under there.
God. Okay, so these are. Okay. Well, there's actually some longboats from the pirates over here too. So I think everyone will be able to go in one trip. As the captain and Arden come around the corner, they walk and they put the chest down. It hits the ground with a pretty good thud and a clink of coin. All right. Good work, men. Put this chest in my longboat and gather our fallen. And they all just kind of, as they're kind of sitting there resting, they just kind of nod and slowly get up and move over to the line of fallen and start moving them onto the longboats. While that's happening, Arden's gonna just sit down on the chest, and the captain is gonna go and start picking through Captain Greeley's pockets.
There's a lot of bodies in this room.
So do you all... I'll walk up to Arden. It's like, so do you all resort to petty theft and murder often, or...
Says the person who looted Petonia's body first.
I didn't loot it.
Sliced her
I was looking for the key.
I'm pretty sure you used the word loot.
It was looted, whether you said it or not.
Okay,
It was
whether or
looted.
not, I left all the valuables on the table. Just saying. But...
Arden just
Yeah, Arden.
Arden just looks up at you slowly. He reaches into a pocket with one hand and raises the other one like the beginnings of a spell. Just says, "You know, I'm not entirely out of spells yet, whelp."
What did he call him?
Whelp.
Whelp.
Besides, this isn't looting, it's investigation. Captain's trying to figure out why these pirates are even here.
You found anything good yet? Just as far as information goes.
Oh yeah, let me just spill sensitive information with you because we're just best friends and we've known each other for years. Go get on the longboat.
Do you mind
Arden's
if I...
had a rough day.
Janus is just gonna gesture to Alveryn's body and just... We should get him on a longboat.
Aye.
I'll just very gently goop up Alveryn and walk over to the longboat.
Before you do that, she kind of runs a hand through his hair. He looks peaceful.
I didn't know him for very long, but for a good portion of it, I think he was happy.
He just nods. And that's the way it is.
I'll pick him up and carefully bring him to the longboat.
I'm gonna go grab his weapon and bring it to the longboat with Janus.
Okay.
And Katarina will walk back to the other hills and make sure that they all get on the boat and get on the boat with them.
Yeah, the longboats can hold at most 6 medium creatures, but I'd say one longboat could easily hold all 7 of you and still have space for 2 marines or two medium creatures.
Ox looks
The
back at
captain-
Smithy.
Who is in half.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Smith,
He's in 2 pieces. His top half is Smith, his bottom half is also Smith.
Wow.
Sorry, that's a little dark.
Need the morbid humor.
Ox is ready to leave for sure, 100%.
He's the captain has finished going through Greeley's pockets and just kind of shakes his head, bends down and scoops up his spear.
The cool spear.
And then
yes!
carries it back to his longboat.
Oh, that's so cool.
Leaves the hat, which is still creating water. There's just a puddle of water around this hat.
There's a forge, right?
There is.
I'm gonna throw the hat in the forge.
Okay.
Just to see which one wins out, I guess.
There's a hissing sound, a bunch of steam and smoke. And it just keeps making smoke and steam.
Oh my gosh.
Sus.
This hat is unkillable. Okay.
And eventually it stops, and then water starts pouring out of the forge.
That's not much better.
As you climb into the longboats and push off and move past the wreckage of the Sea Wraith and the Dread, as you navigate through the confines of this crevice in the cliff face, and eventually you come back out into the sunshine as this fight has lasted, let's say probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours since you guys went in. And it's now like midday almost. And for the first time in, well, you're not sure how long actually, but Katarina and the 6 gnomes with you feel the sun on their faces, smell the fresh sea air, hear the sounds of the birds as you are rowed toward the MMS Kraken. Eventually, the longboats reach the ship. They're moving pretty slow. No one is at full strength. But eventually you make it there. And there is solemnity from the crew as the longboats are pulled alongside and the men and gnomes are helped out of the longboats to climb up into the ship. There's some smiles and clasped, handshakes and hugs for those that are still alive, who survived the battle, who have come back. But it's all overshadowed by the realization that there were many who didn't. Their bodies are carefully lifted up over the side. And you see where is it? Annetta, Svenjon's daughter, the surgeon, is having the bodies laid in what appears to be sailcloth. They are covered. And there are 5 bodies on the deck of the ship with sailcloth shrouds.
Is one of them Alvyn?
Yes.
Alveryn, okay.
Just saying.
Wow, his ghost just reminded me.
He sits bolt upright.
Ah!
That's a lot worse than the ghost. Well, I mean, it could be better, but I don't think that's what it is.
Do we have to do this? I'll say to Annetta, isn't there like a spell or something that you can bring people back? I've heard it. I've seen somebody try it. It didn't work exactly, but it worked. Isn't there something you can do?
She she looks at you just with empathy in her eyes and puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm not a miracle worker, Ox. The best we can do now for the dead is remember them. Honor their memory, their sacrifices.
Katarina is busy, like, hugging and comforting the other gnomes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're kind of they're all looking around, really wild-eyed. Obviously, the last time they were on a ship with a bunch of humans in it, they were prisoners. And most of the crew seem to they're kind of going about their business. They cast some looks your way, but they're more focused on other things. But eventually, though you don't know her name, Annetta comes over. Human woman, hair pulled back into a tight bun, wearing what appears to be a surgeon's apron, comes over. I take it you were prisoners?
That is one word for it. Yeah.
Oh, please follow me. I'm the ship's surgeon. Please follow me. I'll see to your wounded as best I can. And she'll usher you guys below decks. As she's getting to the stairs, she's like, one moment. She turns around and comes back, and she's like, Elyswen, Janus, and Aux, are you guys kind of standing kind of close together?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah,
That means
So.
we're with our
that means you 3 as well.
Yeah.
Come with me.
All right.
Why?
This is literally like as we've gotten to the boat, right? Like it's been 20 minutes maybe.
It's been like maybe 10,
Okay.
5,
all
10
right.
minutes.
Okay. They wrapped those bodies fast.
They didn't wrap the boat so properly.
It's more like sailcloth under them, sailcloth folded over them. It's not. They're not like mummy wrapped. Yeah.
I'll follow.
And below deck, she leads to her quarters, I guess, which are also where it tends to wounds and things like that. It's fairly crowded, but she works through sealing up the worst of the wounds first, doing what she can. Obviously, it's not magical healing. You guys aren't getting hit points back, but she is bandaging wounds, sewing, suturing up some of the deeper, wider cuts, and eventually, you see. You see Lieutenant Valcor, the head chef, come in with a bunch of bowls of broth. Just kind of distribute them.
Thank you.
And as he comes to you, Janus, he just kind of hands you a bowl, puts his hand on your shoulder, and gives it a light squeeze, and then he leaves. Or as he's leaving, let me know if you need anything else. Let me know if you need anything else, Lieutenant Commander. To the surgeon. And she nods. He leaves. She turns to you lot. Now, I want you to drink all of that. And then I want you to go down to the bunks and get sleep.
Aye.
Katarina will just nod.
Janus will nod as well.
The broth is like... It's like super comfort food. It doesn't really have anything in it. It is just broth, but it is warm and it has great flavor. And it's just the moment, like having that broth just somehow feels like you're home. You're safe. And as you're drinking it, all of you can just feel your bodies kind of relax, feel tension kind of come out of you that you didn't know was there. Once you've finished, she says, feel free to leave your bowls here. You three, please show them where the bunks are. They can take bunks near the bow where you are.
Right.
And as you guys leave her quarters, you see as she's already ushering in some of the wounded Marines that survived, and Arden, who's kind of grumbling the whole way.
As I see Arden, and I kind of just usher a little faster.
He sees you ushering a little faster, and he makes almost like go to quick draw, like pull some components out of a pouch, right? And then and he he moved too fast, and he a muscle that was sore, or injured, or something. And then he's just like, for a moment, he was like going to be lighthearted, and then he's like, oh no, never mind, I'm hurt and grumpy still.
Yes, I'll show them where the beds and bunks are. The hammocks.
Yeah. As you follow Janus, Katarina, and with your gaggle of gnomes following you, leads below, down another deck, and walks towards the front of the ship where there are hammocks. Pretty much all of them are stowed away. They're like both loops or both ends of the hammock are hung on the same hook. But as you kind of string up enough hammocks for everyone,
Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Oh, that's rough. We see Alveryn's bunk.
Yep.
Ox is gonna climb into hers and just look up.
And his backpack piled high
Yeah.
with the broken line of shit.
Yes, yes.
Yep,
So-
all of the smithing tools that he brought with him,
And his original hammer.
Yeah.
and his original
Yep.
hammer leaning up against a post. Yeah.
Great. Oh. Ox will put his weapon that she's been carrying next to his pack, next to the other one, and then goes and sits in her hammock and looks straight up where there's like carvings of flowers, and she just stares at it. And then we'll fall asleep because she doesn't really want to talk anymore about today. She needs
Katarina is making sure all of the other gnomes are comfortable and have everything they need for the time being.
Elyswen's gonna go to the lookout nest and find Evise.
Okay.
Janus will head back up top towards either the front of the ship or the back of the ship, whichever one has the fewest amount of people.
Most people are in the middle of the ship, so your pick.
I'll go back.
As you're heading out, you catch a look and kind of first pains from Katarina.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear it.
Get my mic a little closer.
There you go.
As you are heading up, you catch a quick look and kind of a forced pain from Katarina.
I think you're talking too quietly and your mic isn't picking it up. Like it's cutting out right when you get quiet.
Mhm.
I'm opening my settings real quick.
Okay.
This is important stuff. We gotta pick it up.
Is that better?
Yes, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I messed with the game a bit. So as you are starting to head up and like walking past the gnomes, you catch a quick look from Katarina, followed by a forced, pained smile.
You get the same kind of smile back. It's very small, but Janus tries and then walks on up. Janus is going to go up to the deck, go to the back of the ship, find a nice quiet corner to sit down in, and just going to pull out a piece of parchment and a quill and start writing.
Okay. Hell is when you get to the crow's nest. Evise seems happy to see you.
Good. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna stand there and I'm gonna look out for a while.
Okay. It's peaceful. It's calm. The sun is warm, shining brightly. If anything, it seems incongruous that you just experienced so much horror, but the world seems so bright as you look on the sea crashing on the rocks and the cliffs. See the deep green of the trees on the cliff tops, and you see the dark crevice, the cleft in the cliff face that leads into Craven's Cove.
Before too much time has passed, I think it's been probably like roughly an hour or an hour and a half or so since like I regained consciousness.
Sure.
I'm gonna go over the only person who's actually still down here who I have met. That being Ox, but I don't think I actually know the name of fully, like properly yet.
Yeah, Ox.
Excuse me.
Trying to sleep. She has her eyes closed.
I know, but I was wondering if you could help me out with something.
Come back in the morning. She can't go anywhere.
She'll just kind of like get closer to your ear, which she doesn't even have to bend down to do.
No, she's on the second bunk.
Okay,
So it's at her. It's fine.
She
can't
climbed up.
Yeah,
then.
it's fine.
Yeah. And just kind of like whispers, I could use some help finding some actual clothes.
Oh. Okay. Opens her eyes. Let me check my inventory. I mean, they're gonna not be the same.
What do you know? There's a pair of a traditional female gnomish dress in your inventory.
Wow.
Okay. Apparently, I don't know where my inventory. I've never done this. What do I have here? Okay, here we go. I've got. I mean, she's got to have extra clothes. Like, adventurers can't just wear the same things.
Yeah, but I'm 3'4".
Frick.
Can you make an intelligence check for me?
Actually, you know who has extra clothes?
Can you make an intelligence check?
Yeah, you know who has extra? 5. You know who has extra? 4, actually. No, 5. Yeah, I know. Where there might be some extra clothes.
She'll gesture to you to lead the way.
She'll go over to Alveryn's bag. And gently starts looking through
the inventory of Alveryn's bag.
I'm looking for pants and a shirt. They don't have to match, but they probably will.
This bag going through this is the most haphazardly organized, but somewhat like still like there's like these things were purposefully put here
Cloth.
in the theater.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Okay. Cloth. Looking for cloth. Just open cloth.
Yeah. So moving past, like the first thing you find is definitely some rope. Pushing through, like looking for cloth. Like there's a blanket.
I'll pull that out just in case.
Going through, you find like kind of like a loose like white, just like standard like shirt, like cotton shirt,
Grab that.
trousers,
Grab that.
and then kind of at the bottom in like their own section, like
Aw.
separated from everything else,
Mhm.
you find like how many?
This is Carrick's clothier.
1, 2, 3, 4. I never added that last pair he was in, so yeah, you find 5 sets of very, very neatly folded robes.
She holds all these items, turns around, sees Katarina standing where Alveryn has stood literally this morning. He was a really good friend.
That's it.
And
And you can see, like, she is visibly pained. But she's doing everything she can to hold herself together.
this isn't the best time, but there's no best time. But he loved you a lot. Here. And gently hands her all the clothes and blankets. I need to sleep. You need to sleep. We all need to sleep. Try to...
We'll talk more later.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
And, like, she, like, looks through all of this. And yeah, he was in the guilloche color robes, and those are not wearable anymore.
No. Not
Um,
guilloche colored anymore either.
no.
Ox goes to
all of
sleep.
All of that golden silk. Just
Yeah.
that is a real shame.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, she's definitely gonna go for the charcoal and cream. And she slips that on, and it, like, as she's like getting dressed, like the clothes are like kind of melting away back into that like black dress that she currently looks like she's wearing. And like some rags fall to the floor. No, she'll nod to you and head back to a bunk or hammock.
Time passes as you rest, as you recover, as you process, and you will also heal for 7 hit points as per a long rest.
Rough.
Elyswen and Janus, do you guys stay above decks for this entire time, or do you eventually come back down and actually sleep?
I'm gonna be up for about an hour or two, finishing up what I'm writing. And then I'll head down to sleep.
Okay.
I'm not going to sleep.
Okay.
I would like to, if possible, at some point, once I know like the sun's gone down, it's dark, do something.
Okay. Well, it's still it's about midday when you guys actually go to sleep.
Right.
And it's not going to be a full 8 hours, but at some point, after several hours, there's a gentle shaking of your hammocks. Aux and Janus. Yeah.
Do we have spell slots back or no?
I'll give you spell
Allowance.
slots.
Oh, thank you.
Your hammocks as you're gently shaken awake by by the dwarven armorer of the ship, Lieutenant Orlin Veiltreader. Figured you'd probably want to be above decks. We're about to set off soon, but there's we've friends that we have to say goodbye to. Figured you'd want to be there.
Thank you.
He just gives a curt nod and he turns and walks away. Elyswen, you'll be approached by Hawks McGee, who will what were you saying?
New hair color.
Yay.
Is that once every long rest, or is that once like every day?
Basically once every day, which comes down to about once every long rest if I rest every day. If I don't rest, it still changes color.
Yeah, what I'm saying is it's still the same day right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hawks McGee climbs up the rigging to you and kind of pokes his head up through the bottom of the crow's nest. We're gonna be heading off soon. You probably want to come down to the deck, I think.
Is something happening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's customary for those who die in the line of service at sea are buried at sea.
Oh, well, I'll come down now then. And I'll just kind of, wherever he's going, I'll let him get there, and then...
Yeah, I mean, he just climbs down, and you can follow at your leisure.
Before I get out of my hammock, casting disguise self.
Okay.
Extended. And then I'll head up.
Okay.
I go. We're all getting healing today. Today's gonna be a healing day. Let's all go.
You head above decks, where you find the crew of the Kraken assembled. When you get up there, whoever gets there first, Janus or Ox, who gets there first?
Janus. It's fine.
Janus, you get up there first, and you are as you come up onto the main deck, the surgeon is there, and she kind of pulls you aside. We it's customary for Marines to be buried at sea, and although your friend isn't a part of our crew, we'd be more than happy to give him the honor of being buried with our men. But if you'd prefer to take him back to Karst, I'd understand as well.
I think, given all that we knew about him, I think he would like this.
Very well. And she kind of steps back.
Katarina will kind of like insert herself real quick. Before heading off, could I see him one more time?
She kind of like looks from you, Katarina, to Janus and Aux. Of course. She'll lead you over to the last body in the line. And you can see as each of the bodies has had the shroud that covers them has been pulled back, and it reveals so you can see their face, and you can see their arms crossed over their chests. The 4 Marines are all wearing new uniforms. You can see clutched in their hand is a sword, and then tucked into their arm, like right in the corner of the crook of their arm, appears to be a bottle of wine. But for each Marine, the bottle is a different bottle. Some of them are round, some of them are tall, some rectangular, some round, kind of squat, but all different. And the last in the line is Alveryn. His clothes have been cleaned up as best as they could manage. He does not have a bottle. He does not have a sword. But he does have his arms folded.
Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Just wait a moment. She runs back down.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs his old hammer, which she saw there.
Okay, I was gonna say not the new one. No.
Whoa! That's
Hold up.
expensive.
The old hammer. And yeah, that's all she grabs. Runs back up and starts like arranging that and like putting it in his hands, like laying across him. And as she is doing that, also finds his locket around his neck, which kind of like gives her pause for a moment. And then she takes that and puts it in hers. And then also notices a small bulge in the right inside pocket of his robe. Like, moves it out slightly. sees a leather-bound journal and then like pushes it back in.
No! Grab the journal! Grab the freaking journal! Elyswen! Elyswen?
Wait.
Ox is doing this.
I'm gonna roll to see what happens right after that.
Elsewin!
Wait, what did you take?
Elsewin! Sleight of hand that freaking journal!
What did you
Guidance!
Did you say set fire to it?
Grab the freaking journal! Sleight of hand.
So like starts to like push it back in, pauses, and like you see like some serious like thought like going in all in her mind.
No, you put it back.
Pulls
You
pulls
put it.
out and tucks it into an inside pocket in the robes she's wearing.
We had one chance, you guys. We missed it. We had so many chances.
And then like refolds all the robes, make sure that the hammer is positioned well. Runs her hand through his hair again and like bends down and kisses his forehead. Before standing up again and kind of dusting herself off.
Can you make a perception check for me, Katarina?
Yeah. Actually, you guys know my name, actually.
Unless that's not her real name.
Runs in the family.
Hopefully not, because they're married.
Oh, hold on.
It doesn't have to be hereditary. Can just
Well,
be.
hopefully it's not
Hopefully
hereditary.
it's not hereditary.
Well, that's what Jordan was saying. Like, not in the family.
24.
You also notice a gleaming silver ring on one of his fingers that you've never seen before.
I will also take that and put it over my finger. And I'd like to play this off like I know exactly what that is, even though I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I guess technically, is that how that would work? As I put that on, does it vanish?
Does it vanish?
Yeah, because I'm under the effect of disguise self, and I distinctly choose my appearance.
Yeah, it would.
Okay.
Wait, Katarina just vanishes? Like, her whole.
No, the ring.
No, as she puts on the
Sorry.
ring,
Got it. Okay.
the signet ring, it completely disappears.
Gotcha.
It's not Lord of the Rings, luckily.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
she doesn't.
We had one chance. Yeah.
It's a ring of invisibility, but when you put it on, only the ring turns invisible.
Hashtag curse items.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
curse, just useless
That
magical
would,
item.
that would be a fantastic curse item, though.
As you kind of stand back from Alveryn, you notice kind of standing behind you is the captain, holding a small bottle in his hands.
I'll make way.
Actually, he's just gonna bend down, and he actually like goes down on one knee, and he proffers the bottle to you.
I will take it.
I can't say that I knew very much about Alton.
Alton?
Yes,
Oh, no.
Ah.
it seemed like he had.
Don't worry about it.
Seemed like he played things close to the vest, though I can tell he was a good friend. And if it weren't for him, there's a very good chance that less of my crew would have gotten back, if any. He kind of nods towards the bottle that you're holding in your hands. It's an old custom of the merchant marines. When a sailor is buried at sea, he's buried with his favorite bottle, so that when he gets to the afterlife, he can share a drink with those who have gone before him. From my interactions with him, I get the feeling that he may have had some history with the Merchant Marines.
He did. As far as I was aware, he was still with them, but I guess a bit has changed.
Oh. Well, either way, if that's the case.
And just for the purpose of the funeral, his name was Alveryn.
He gives like a small smile. Well, I did say he plays things close to the vest. Seems I'm right. Regardless, I don't have any uniforms his size, although the quartermaster has offered one of his. There's an old saying for the merchant marines that a merchant marine has two uniforms: the one he wears when he dies, and the one he wears when he's put to rest. So with
I think I saw he had some spare clothes downstairs, and one of them was blue and silver.
then
That would work.
I give you leave to give him proper attire.
And I will start seeing to that. And after thanking the captain and nodding and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Once you've done that, you get back above decks. The crew has assembled. Most of them are lined up in 3 rows on the port side of the ship. You see a place where I guess you could call it a platform of planks has been set on the starboard side of the ship. And the captain is standing about midships. Next to him is the quartermaster, the surgeon, Orlin. And you see arranged on either side of this platform are the Marines that were with you, that survived the fight against the pirates, wearing fresh uniforms, swords at their sides. You can still see cuts and bruises on their faces, and they're standing at attention. And they're standing on either side facing inward on this platform. And on this platform is one of the sailcloth shrouds. As you get there and take your place, the captain turns and faces the crew. And clears his throat. Today we bear witness of the passing of 5 brave souls from this life to the next. Their actions in life have brought safety and protection to others. They lived honorably, they died honorably, and they will be forever remembered. And then he turns back, and you see as the 4 of the Marines pull swords and cross them over the top of the shroud as the other 2 lift one end of the platform, and it slides off and into the water. And then they'll lower the platform, sheathe their swords, and move to the next one. And they'll continue moving down the line. And then finally they get to Alveryn. And they lay him on the platform. Swords draw. The platform lifts, and he slides into the water. All that you hear is the creaking of the ship, the gentle movement of the waves, cry of the gulls. Feel the warmth of the sun. And slowly, the crew disperse, moving quietly, slowly, talking amongst themselves in hushed voices. There are many of them give reassuring looks or empathetic looks, pats on the shoulders to you, you 4. Eventually, the 6 Marines that survived the ordeal come over, and then they all just kind of they come over as they salute 4 of you. And then they sheathe their swords, because they saluted with their swords. And they sheathe them again. And one of them says, well, I'm speaking for myself as well as these fellows here. We know without a doubt, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for your friend, we wouldn't be standing here. Not in the slightest. We're honored to have fought by your side. I know those 5 are looking on us from somewhere, popping the corks, and well, they're in a better place than we are. My condolences for your friend. And then they just kind of, with nods and handshakes, they'll leave as well. And you 4 are left on deck almost entirely alone. There's still the helmsman and a few crew moving about the ship. But for the moment, it's you 4 Standing on the deck of a ship, bathed in bright sunlight and warmth. Having just said goodbye to Alveryn for the last time.
Looking up a spell really quick.
Janus is gonna go back below deck.
Okay. I'm gonna try something. I have no idea if this is gonna work. I'm gonna cast Sending to Alveryn. Because you can cast it across planes. There's just a 5% chance that it won't work. And I don't know where you go when you die. So Ox is gonna try to cast Sending.
Okay.
And I did have time to like change him and get him out of his armor and stuff and get him into his nice robes. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his I will say his armor is pretty ruined.
Yeah. Well, it might be able to be salvaged.
Okay.
Did I notice any marks or tattoos or anything?
Oh, on Alveryn?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I will take a note of that. And yeah, Katarina is just kind of like standing, staring out into the ocean.
Can I try this spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you gonna say? You get 25 words.
I do. She takes a copper wire and she bites it and thinks about Alveryn Kiosh. Hey. Hold on. It's important.
Sorry.
It's important to.
Like,
There's a. Hey.
I absolutely love the look of like sheer force determination on your face when you're like,
Hey. Katarina is safe and alive. Petonia's dead. You're dead. If there's a message you want me to give Katarina, speak. I'll always remember you. That's it.
Okay. You wait for a long moment. There's no response.
She has to be sure. She cast it again. Exact same words.
No response.
She cast it again. It's her last one.
No response.
Ox goes over and to Katarina. Can I hug you? Please.
She'll just nod.
Ox hugs a gnome, wishing it was a different gnome.
As she releases her grip on the railing of the ship, to hug you back, you notice impressions, sharp indents in the wood where her fingers were.
That was the right call. Yeah, that was the right call. Welcome to the party.
What are Janus and Elyswen doing right now?
I will be right back.
Yep.
I desperately need to use the bathroom.
Sounds good.
Janus has gone back below deck. He's determined to heal up quickly.
Elyswen is just basically trying to find the least busy place she can on the ship and trying to pretend to look busy.
Okay. Eventually, the ship sets sail and turns to the west towards Karst. What is Ox gonna do with the rest of this day?
I would like to heal as many people as I can within a 30-foot range.
Okay.
4 times.
Okay.
That's gonna be 3. Let's see, 4. What is it? 46s.
So 16d6.
Yep. I'll just keep a tally, will I? Anybody who wants this, including injured crew members, etc., are getting healed.
I want it. I desperately need it. I just got back. What's going on?
Ox is healing. The ship is underway.
What did I miss? Just the ship going underway and stuff.
Ship's underway.
All right.
Janus is below decks. Elyswen is off somewhere, pretending to be busy.
Uh-huh.
You know, you could have just come in here and gotten 16d6s from me, right?
Nah, it's better this way. If she borrows your dice, they'll all be ones.
That is not true.
Actually,
Although rolling
but if
for
she-
your guys' healing, it probably would be
70
one.
healing.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I got so many good rolls, guys.
Yeah, I think everybody's up to full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that spell go downward too? Just out of curiosity.
It is a 30-foot radius
Bubble.
around. I think it's a bubble. It's.
I made sure everybody got it today. That's what I'm doing today. Zach wanted to know what I did today. I healed everybody. We had a group powwow. Clerics can do that. Group
Circle the
healing.
wagons.
Okay.
We had some sage. Everybody got no.
Can I share something with you that like you would have definitely gotten an idea of it by like incrementally healing me?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
It took it took probably around like 40 hit points of healing. No, almost 50 hit points of healing before Katarina was fully looking like
Sweet.
fully well.
You are around our level then. Woo.
I have a total of 70 hit points.
Gross, dude. I've got 60. You're good.
More than Alvyn the Barbarian.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but on this world map, we'll just say each square is 1 day of travel
Oh, nice.
under normal conditions. I don't know why that never occurred to me. As far as at least as far as sea travel. So over the coming days, the ship will sail towards Karst. So take about 4 days to get there. What would you like to be doing, if anything particular, during that transit?
First and foremost, I'm seeing to my fellow gnomes.
Every day I'm casting sending. I'm going to try to do this because
Okay.
I don't know how long Katarina's going to be with us. And again, it's only a 5% chance that it doesn't work if it's on a different plane.
I know.
Okay, I'm just
I
making
read
sure.
it.
And yeah, so she'll do that 3 times every day.
I'm doing everything I can to keep this guy's self up, like 100% of the time I'm awake.
Okay.
I have between first and second level slots, and like being able to use the second level for extended. I have enough to definitely keep it up.
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
Elyswen
No
is gonna
responses for your sendings.
Okay.
Elyswen's gonna try to essentially disappear on this ship. Like, if you don't look for her, you're not going to see her. Is more or less the goal.
Janus.
Oh, go ahead, Janus.
Janus now actually fully healed.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way.
No problem.
Janus is gonna head over to the side of the ship.
No more water adventures, Janus. We've learned.
Find the
Let
shark.
me roll for an
Hey.
encounter table.
Are you
Are you gonna
going
go fishing?
fishing?
You're going fishing, aren't you?
Get the Kraken.
He's totally going fishing.
Bonus points if you get the Kraken.
Big deep breath. Janus is gonna turn into jump off the ship and cast what was it?
Alter self.
Beast shape
Oh.
1.
Yeah.
Turn into a shark and go for a swim.
Oh, that's
Dang. Facing
cool.
his fears.
Wait a second. No, there are bigger things than sharks in here, buddy. You're a
This is the biggest thing I
minnow.
can turn into at
You're
the
a
moment.
minnow.
Megalodon.
That brings a whole new. The Pathfinder setting brings a whole new meaning to sharks and minnows.
Yeah. Yes.
There's always a bigger fish.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not even a fish.
Also, at some point, probably today, I would like to find the captain after things have calmed down, run away, and he's not busy.
Mhm.
Okay. That can be done. Janus, you find several swarms of jellyfish. But other than that, nothing.
I'm staying away from those.
Eat them. They're
Wise.
tasty. They're nutritious.
How fast can you swim?
But they're so squishy.
Does he have to do a survival check to make sure he doesn't lose the frickin' ship?
No. No.
And I'm going to just keep training with magic and swimming and stuff, and basically use all my spells for the day on that.
Mhm. That is so cool.
B shape, and then alter self for continuing just swimming and exploring around.
Okay.
Become a merman.
Okay. I'd say Katarina, maybe the second day of travel. You can speak with the captain.
All right.
You enter into captain's quarters. You see there's windows right at the stern of the ship that kind of look out at the sea behind the ship. Just above those windows, there is on 2 hooks a barnacle encrusted harpoon
Hmm.
hanging on those pegs.
Okay, that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah, there is. Could you real quick show me on a map where we just were?
Of course. And he kind of stands up and goes over to another, excuse me, another table that has a charts on it, multiple.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of points to the one that's on top. You can see there's navigational instruments kind of scattered around, and he just points to a point on the coastline that has been like inked in a little marker that says Craven's Cove.
Did you, by chance, go any further south than that, or did you just go straight there?
I assume you're referring to the village that
Yes.
was destroyed.
Yes.
I was not there, though the three that were with me and my men when we rescued you were. And that's how we learned of this place. They had captured one of the pirates that was there.
All right. Thank you. Please don't go. Keep the existence of that place down on like secret. If that's all right.
I have no reason to return there.
Okay. Thank you for. I know it probably wasn't your intention, but getting us out of there.
It may not have been my intention when we began this expedition, but it is my pleasure to have helped you.
I will make sure the clan moot knows of what you said.
He just gives a nod.
And she will politely curtsy and excuse herself.
Okay.
And I guess she will head below deck if she has some questions.
Okay. Who's below decks?
Everybody's healed up, so Ox is just chilling.
Oh, you said this was the next day, right?
This is actually not the next day, but the day after that.
Okay, so this would be the first time Katarina's seen Janus's hair change color.
Yeah.
What is it now?
A kind of like a light, sandy brown.
So like an actual hair color?
Yeah.
Like a normal
What?
human
Weird.
hair color.
Like
What
do a
the
double
hell?
take. Like,
It's like dirty blonde.
are you?
Jordan,
Did you lose your?
Yeah.
No,
I'm never
no,
gonna
it just
Uh,
it rarely does this, but sometimes it does come across a natural hair color.
Mhm.
when she sees you, she'll like. There is definitely a confused look that kind of crosses her face, but
Mhm.
It happens daily. It never stays the same.
good to know. She'll look to kind of like make sure that we're alone. Who all is down here? It's just Janus and Ox.
Like in the middle of the day, yeah, it's pretty much just you guys. Everybody else has somewhere else to, be.
Is
Being productive.
Elyswen here? Or no?
What was that?
Is Elyswen down here? Or is Elyswen
Chase her down, Katarina.
No, she's gone. Like,
Okay.
like genuinely, if you aren't looking for her, she hasn't been back in the hammocks or anything.
Mhm. Locate object.
Like,
Let's go find her.
I was just asking if she was.
Sorry.
there's been a murder. Okay.
The candlestick in the.
A murder in the Kraken Express.
Which one's the weird professor? I call it.
So, Captain tells me you were down around Niven.
You're down in that area.
I was. Why were you?
We were looking for you and the other prisoners.
Do you mind sharing how exactly that came to pass?
Well, it all started when I ran out of the forest this one day.
Yeah. There was yeah, for Janus.
I was getting chased by a pair of twig jacks riding on magical badgers.
Well, we were down in Niven. Like I said, looking for you. We had gone word that's
Why were you in Niven?
we were looking for information.
How did you know about Niven?
I didn't.
Oh, branded. I think, yeah, branded.
Okay, how did you meet Bran?
Alveryn,
Alveryn.
Alton, Al, whatever.
She gives like an understanding nod.
That's great. Yeah, you went by.
Basically, for anything we did, just assume Alveryn was in charge and we just followed.
That's Janus's perspective.
It's kind of, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, basically.
we've just been on a ship trying to find who knows what. Yeah.
Well, I guess on that base, the question: how did you meet him?
Well, you see, I was being chased through a forest by twig jacks.
I knew it was coming.
I love it. That's
Oh, no.
that's the Janus go-to line now.
Yep.
Like, what happened? Well, you see, not from the beginning. No, we don't.
Do you know what a twig jack is?
Probably not.
That's even
Here,
better.
give me a pencil.
Magical bundle of sticks.
Give me a pencil. Also shows up in a
That makes it even. That's like the explain a movie's plot badly. Janus is like, well, this one day I was getting chased through the forest by a pair of magical stick bundles, riding on the back of Fey badgers.
Explain it. I'd explain a Pathfinder game badly. A group of friends wanders the different continents fighting evil.
Long story short,
Accidentally starting political insurrections.
Yeah.
your husband was one of the first people I ever met. And
She gives you a very confused look.
much longer story, shorter. I've only been on the material plane for a couple months at this point. I was raised in the Feywilds.
She's like, you can see her like putting some serious like puzzle pieces together, trying to like just put all this like in perspective.
All that matters is your husband and I are friends. Traveled a good long ways together. Been through our fair bit of stuffs. He was a good man.
Jordan, you can't just message me like that. Sorry.
What did he say? What did you say, Jordan?
Explain a campaign badly. Friends nap in adverse conditions.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. But he will be missed.
And you, how did you meet him? And she gestures to Alex. Or are you also from the Feywild?
Nope. I met Alveryn in... Oh my gosh.
She notices your hesitation on the name and smiles a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay, not there.
Can't remember.
Savaria, that's the one.
There
Because
you
then
go.
we went to Armnars.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Met him in Savaria. I lived there for a while. And we met. They needed some help. His friend at the time, who's also dead, needed some help finding
Oh gosh.
some people, and I helped them because then it turned out that some of the people that I was hunting were in the same group. Oh, let's see here. Oh, you've opened Ox. Okay, then we went to, so then we like, stopped the bad guys. We killed them. We went to Armnars and we fought in this really cool big Colosseum thing. There was this giant basilisk, and Alveryn made these really cool goggles so that you could look through them and not be turned to stone. And he stared down this basilisk, and we won. Him and me. It was insane. So, anyway, we didn't even tell the party at the time. We went ahead and did that. We had everybody bet on us. Oh, there's this really cool dwarf named Malik. Maybe you'd like him. He's pretty cool. He's a nice guy. Anyway, we were with him. We left. Okay, we left Armnaris. We went down and we found this like really old cave, and that's where unfortunately one of our other party members died. Okay, and then after that, we went back to Armnaris, and that was when we met. No, that wasn't when we met. That was when we met Elyswen. Elyswen we met like in Armnaris. She had this really cool wizard that she would go to, and his name's Bjorn. Also really nice guy. You should meet him. Absolutely fantastic spell names. We go and we leave there, and we're heading back to Savaria. Alvyn made this hilarious sign. I've never told him this. I think it's the worst name ever. I don't. She does. It was like sell swords and sell swords. It made no sense. It was the same name over and over.
Sammy's sword and sorcery.
Yes. Oh, that's right. We named it after the ox, which we had named after Sam, who had died, which Samwell, again,
Nice.
rest in peace.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. It's been a day. I'm in a weird mood right now. So we've got an ox. and we went to Savario, and then we left the ox there. Sammy? The bison. We left the bison in Savaria. We started a revolution on accident, and then we left Savaria, and we went to Karst, where I became very educated in how the clan lists work, and I understand some things. How much do you know about? Anyway. We go ahead, we get permission from Bran to try to find you. He gives us a lead to Niven, and we go there. We fight 2 pirate ships at the same time on the ocean. Captain Randolph Wolf was amazing and cut down the mast, which, who does that? A giant crab came out of nowhere. This sounds crazy, but trust me, it really happened. Goes ahead and starts like attacking the other ships, and we escape. We go and we come to like Niven. Us go sneak onto Niven and
Go.
sneak onto Ivan. We find these like pirates that have like burned the place down, and they try to like capture us, and then this tiny little child elf came and turned into a liquid and drowned some of them. Resurrected one of them as a goblin.
Wait.
This is exactly what happened! Brings one of them back to
You
life.
guys ever watch?
The goblin ends up getting killed later. Elyswen finds the cave where you're all at. We devised this huge plan that we're going to come in and save the day. And we did. Smithy and Alveryn didn't make it, but I'd like to think that they'd be happy that it worked.
Was he happy?
No.
Oh no.
For Christmas a -1. I realized that I need to play this more. No. He really missed you. He really wanted to find you. He had a lot going on. He and I were in this battle recently where we were fighting with, I believe, the Stormlord. And we nearly died. Yeah, she whispers that.
We don't need that again.
We nearly died.
Oh, this rumble of thunder in the background.
Yeah. We nearly died. Seriously would not have, like, we would all be dead. We would never have made it even out of Savaria without Alveryn. He was, you could say an animal when it came to fights. But he didn't really like that side of him, and he was trying to figure out a way to, like, control it, and I helped him, like, calm his emotions, and he was really worried about you and your opinion of it, because that whole thing was history. I don't know. I'm just saying a lot now, but I miss him. He helped me overcome an addiction to drugs.
Sorry, I get serious. And like feeling the emotions up, and then you say shit like that, and it's just like, okay.
I just
Lose
imagine Katarina's like, you're crazy.
You guys ever seen the ending of Ant-Man?
Okay,
That's exactly what this is! He said
Hold
yes!
on, I'm gonna roll sense motive
Okay.
to see if I buy all of this shit, or if I think this woman is, like, certifiably insane.
You know, it would sound crazy.
It does sound crazy.
Can I do a persuasion?
I can second. Everything she said is
Janus, you've been standing here the whole time. Why haven't you added any?
I got a 10.
Oh,
you had it.
My persuasion,
Why would you ruin that
diplomacy.
beauty?
I got a 10.
What does that mean?
So, Katarina, you've been listening to this entire story, and if under different circumstances, in a different setting, in a different time, you probably would have written off this woman as a raving lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
At worst, at best, someone who was way too deep into their cups,
Or definitely didn't get cured of a drug addiction.
or definitely didn't and is
Oh,
still
no.
hitting those drugs. But Janus has been standing there next to with you two and has not flinched at all, like about any of the outlandish, bizarre things that she says. There are times that he's like nodding along. He's like, and it's more like a combination of those two things that kind of makes you inclined to think that there's might actually be some truth to this outlandish tale, which has been probably a roller coaster of emotions of
Oh,
going
yeah.
from like really serious and kind of solemn to incredulity, just
Mm-hmm.
trying to wrap your head around, wait, you were fighting 2 pirate ships and then a giant crab showed up, like what?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of where you sit.
Okay.
I think that's everything.
It's just very
Oh, God.
questioningly like, oh, okay. Thanks for being friends to him.
I gotta know. Did you like him still? Jacob's face.
Suddenly Janus is like, oh, what do you know? There's, I hear someone calling my name.
It's Elyswen. What you're hearing is Elyswen moaning from halfway across the ship.
Yeah, that's not the subtle moan of like boards creaking in the water.
Then
Yeah, this one says
camera
damned at the end.
camera cuts to bundle of sailcloth at the bottom of the ocean, just tossing and turning.
Oh no.
As Alveryn is rolling in his grave.
Gosh.
Hey, he didn't respond. You know what? That's so Alveryn.
That's my calling.
Getting serious again. Can you ask me the question again so that I could like be in? this?
Yeah, I have to know. Did you still like him?
I love them.
It just seemed like you were broken up or something. Not like, I don't know. He was broken up about it.
He chose to leave.
Yeah.
He thought he was doing me a favor. And at the start, I thought he was too. Well, I mean, I'm assuming from what you said about like fighting alongside them, you know. And that's not. I don't know how much control over it he had when you were with him, but he didn't have any. And it was scary.
Yeah.
And it was hard, and I think it was too much for the both of us. But time passed, and I tried writing to him to get him to come back, but he was never in the same place for long enough to receive the letters.
Do you have any?
Over
Go ahead.
time, I kind of came to accept that just because two people love each other doesn't mean they're meant to be together. So I decided to move on and to deal with my own issues and move on with my own life. But I still loved him. Still love him.
He still loved you.
I know.
Do you have any questions for us?
That was a lot of information to try to absorb, so I probably will
Okay.
later on. But
I mean, he kept a journal.
she kind of like pats her chest.
Have you read it?
I
Peg
haven't
is.
built up the courage yet.
Is that Peg or Ox that's in the room?
Yeah.
So I write letters to someone who's dead, and it helps. So I don't know, maybe he wrote you something in there. So just make sure you read it at some point.
When I'm ready for it, I will.
If you have any questions, we're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It kind of like a weird mix of like emotion and disdain like
Yeah.
flashes over her face.
Yeah.
You two are fine. You really need to teach your friend. I'm not sure if like she's heard of this thing called tact, or
Oh.
I think that's like completely alien. The elf, who's I don't even know where.
Oh, Elyswen.
Her.
I think she's avoiding you because she feels really bad about it. So, Janus, you're the best of us
Gonna
now.
go.
Yeah!
What?
Janus is awkwardly standing there the whole time. I just want to leave.
What do you mean I'm the best of you?
You're the best of
I'm
us.
gonna
As
go find-
You can talk to people.
I'm gonna go find Elyswen. I'm gonna head upstairs and try to find Elyswen.
Okay.
She'll gesture to like the backpack. So these were his things.
Yes.
Do you mind if I look through them?
I wouldn't mind at all. It's not really, they're yours. You should probably not get rid of that weapon of his, though. He spent a long time on that.
It's truly beautiful. It's good to know he stuck with the craft. Yeah, she'll sort of just start kind of going through things, piecing together kind of who he was.
Should I trying to find Elyswen? Would that be perception?
Yep. Good luck.
Well, she's
Well, that's
not
a
like
natural one. So
She's not in a
Yeah.
corner somewhere. If you just take
it
time, you'll
doesn't-
find her.
Wow.
It
Like,
doesn't
she's-
matter. He rolled a 1. No, I'm sure you can eventually find her. I mean, there's only so many places to be on a ship.
It just
And she's
takes
not,
me
like,
like
stuffing
a
herself into a
long
corner.
time.
Yeah, she's not
it's
hiding behind a barrel.
definitely- You definitely she's been the same place the whole time. But there's definitely when you finally find her, you realize you probably walked past her like a good 2 times, like right past her.
Hey, Elyswen.
Once you finally find her, you realize she's like
Is she up in the crow's nest?
she's been stacking and unstacking the same like 5 planks of wood the entire time. Janus?
Any particular reason you're hiding out over here?
If I wanted to be hiding, I'd be hiding.
True, but you're also
It's the greatest non-answer ever.
It's the most insufferably roguish thing to say.
If
If I were
actually
hiding, we
you
wouldn't be
have
having
known
this conversation.
Yeah,
But-
if I was hiding, you wouldn't know it.
so why are you over here then?
Seemed like something needed to be done.
And
And she
that
just
thing
points at
is-
the wood. And, I mean, I think I have it under control. If that's, I appreciate the offer, but
I'm gonna sit down next to you.
Sit down on the planks of wood.
that would be a devious move.
That's a power move right there.
I won't sit down on the planks of wood. I'll sit down next to the planks of wood. How are you holding up?
You mean after
Yeah.
the cave? I'm contemplating.
Anything decisively made or decided on? Or just contemplating?
Not quite sure. I could stay in Karst. I might finally head to Kjolar for what would be the first time. I've never seen Brantir. If I continue with you that far back to Savaria, it might be worth the trip.
No.
Lots of options.
I suppose a whole world full. Is Katarina settling in? Okay.
She is. Alex
Good.
and I were explaining a bit of our travels to her. She had some questions. I think she has a lot on her mind now. But
Depending on how thorough you were, that could be.
Understatement of the century.
That's right. I think she's a little bit overwhelmed right now. Title of this episode.
I hope she's a little bit overwhelmed right now. That was.
it's hard. It's
Oh shit! I just realized something. Sorry. There's a Drake head in his backpack.
There's a
Oh my gosh! A Drake head in his backpack.
That's probably not smelling great.
No.
That's gonna be about 10 corroboration points to Ox's story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
That was. Holy crap, that was.
Oh.
Weeks ago at the
Forgot
minimum.
to do anything.
That was a
with that.
freaking month ago, guys.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yay for good
Gross.
God.
What's the
Oh, a month
age?
ago in game.
Like, what's
Yes.
the
In-game month
Disgusting.
ago, not.
This whole
No, for
downstairs
crying out loud, a
reeks.
month ago
It would-
IRL, you guys were just entering the caves.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was my little like Mission Impossible. That was a lot more grandiose than it actually was. It was my tiptoeing around. Anyway,
What do you want to do? I guess that's the question.
I mean the same thing that I've been doing, same thing that we've been doing. Explore, see, find new things. I was in Savaria for a long time. I didn't move very much. Now I have a little, and there's a lot out here.
Well, if you ever finish your job of stacking these planks, the rest of us are below deck. We're all here if you need us, and we're all here for each other.
Well, almost all of us. Thank you, Janus. I appreciate you.
Glad to have you as a friend.
Likewise.
And with that, Janus will go and spend the next couple hours doing the same thing he did yesterday of practicing spells, swimming, stuff like that.
Okay.
Or, let me see. Yep, he does.
I'd say that night, Elyswen, one of the Marines that you recognize from the cave, kind of stops by your terribly important work.
She's found something else by now, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure it's terribly important, though.
Oh, yeah, she's making sure that one of the barrels doesn't leak from the inside to the inside.
And he's gonna invite you to a game of 18 mules with him
Ah.
and a couple of the other Marines that also survived the battle.
Do you really want to play 18 mules with me?
Hmm.
I'll warn you, that's a dangerous proposal for you.
I've survived worse.
By now you have. Sure, I'll join.
So you, Katarina and Ox and Janus, you'll see, finally, see Elyswen in the crew's quarters, playing 18 mules with a couple of crew.
I can point out by this point, Elyswen's like her hair is like all over the place. Like she's obviously has slept, but just like in cubby holes, like basically stuffing herself into some godforsaken corner of the ship this entire time. Okay, how are we? Do we want to just like actually play 18 mules?
I was just gonna have a d20 roll.
Elyswen wants to win.
Unless-
Yeah.
that's
Elyswen's
fine.
itching for this.
Make a luck roll, d20.
Ooh, 7. She's putting down quite a bit of money on this too. She's like she will basically bet as high as they will.
Okay. Well, you end up losing 10 silver over the course of the night. As you continue day by day, every night, the same one of the Marines from that group is going to continue to invite you to a game of 18 mules every night. The rest of you are free to join, but on the first night, it's just about the game. But the second night, and every night thereafter, for the third and fourth nights, it's less about the game, and they start telling stories about their friends that fell. Sharing funny stories of one time one of them fell off of one of the yard arms and got stuck in a barrel of pickled meat or salted meat. And, there's just celebrating them.
That is hilarious.
And they'll occasionally prompt for stories of Alveryn. And if you're forthcoming, they'll listen attentively. Good audience, oohing and awing and laughing in all the right places. If not, they just nod and continue on as if nothing had happened.
I tell them about the basilisks.
Yeah, I'm gonna refuse for the first few. Like I'm gonna deflect as quickly as I can the first few times around, at least.
They fully are like. At the end of the story about the basilisk, one of them just compliments you on spinning a very good yarn, but there's no way that is possible.
Hmm.
Next, you're gonna tell me he has a sea drake's head in his bag or something.
Can you smell it?
A month-old sea drake that rolls.
Smell it. That would smell so bad. Like, we
So
would
bad.
not, after one day, we would stop you. We'd be like, stop.
Oh yeah.
Like, we would have that hanging out the
Like,
window
I
if
think-
you really
I
wanted
think it is fine to retcon that got disposed of at some point.
Okay, great, yeah.
Come on, guys. It's
no,
halfway to being
it's
dry
funny to
aged.
have it there. It just says, like, we've all ignored, we've gotten used to the stench at this point.
You can't actually.
I think at some point, right? You probably, if you wanted to keep it as a trophy, you would have just left it above. You would have left it somewhere
Oh,
for it to
and
be
dried
picked
it.
clean.
I definitely would have left it somewhere in cars. Yeah.
Yeah, I know somebody who could help you pick that clean.
Elyswen's bird. Would it even? Be like,
Yeah,
no.
it's a crow. They eat meat.
It's true.
Crows ain't picky.
Is Ox like joining in on the 18 Mules game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you notice
I'm in the
Elyswen is
area,
sitting.
not playing. Watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elyswen's what?
Okay. What?
You were
No,
saying.
it doesn't matter now.
If you want, you can roll 3 more luck checks for the next 3 nights of 18 mules.
That's a 1.
Okay, you lose another 5 silver. You win
Ouch.
some games, but you lose some others.
There's a 10.
Okay, oh man, you are not doing so hot. That's 8 silver,
Okay.
and then the last night.
8.
Okay. A better night. You actually win 10 silver.
Oh. Alrighty.
It is now, as the days have passed, been traveling through the Sea of Karst, putting both time and distance between you and Craven's Cove. And eventually, on the morning of the 23rd of mid-year, you awake and go above decks and see the city of Karst in view. And it actually feels like a pretty good stopping spot to me. So
Yeah.
we're gonna stop there.
I just had a thought, but I don't want to open that can of worms right now. I need to ask Katarina a question.
Oh no.
Yeah, we don't need to do that tonight.
We can. I'm totally game.
What's with the scales?
Katarina. Do you have any idea, maybe like in your research or studies or knowledge or whatever, maybe why Alveryn turned into like an animal when he get into like a fight or to get nervous, like if he was cursed or blessed or something? Because it bothers me.
Oh, it bothers you.
It bothered him. It bothers me. It probably bothered you.
We'll talk about that a bit later.
Great. Just know that I'm thinking about it.
There was a point in my life where I also sought the answer to that question.
Did you find it?
I'm not sure, but I found a few things.
Okay.
Well, now's not the time or the place. I'm wearing karst.
I want to figure it out. So I don't know where that's gonna take us, but
I'll show what I found.
great.
Okay. Next time,
Yeah.
we will pick up on the morning of the 23rd of mid-year as you pull into port in the city of Karst. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the session. It was a huge change of pace.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That's 4.
Very
But,
well. I am surprised none of you asked about the scales.
Listen, we're
We have
a
a lot.
weird ragtag group.
Wow,
Wow.
That's
what are
true.
you? Come on.
I do want to know.
Yeah,
We want to know.
Let's
We
go.
want to know lots of things, but your husband just died, so it's like, give her a break.
Of
Yeah.
all the things to choose to
Yeah.
have tact on, it's not the fact that her husband just
Mhm.
died.
Yeah.
It's she has a dermatological problem.
Listen, I didn't want her tripping over him. All I'm saying. There were worse ways that could have ended.
Honestly, just seeing him there might have been one of the better ways compared to how it went down.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that you would just like see him and then have the shock and surprise then, instead of Elyswen just blurting out, "Hey, your husband's dead."
Yeah,
That was unexpected.
that's what I was expecting too. And yeah.
Next time you can flash a subtext card.
There you go.
Oh man,
Well, thank you, Zach, and everybody.
thank you guys.
It was
Putting
fun.
putting a lot into that. Yeah, that was fun. Elyswen running away. Janus not knowing what to do. Noah just going through whiplash emotionally. Like there were so many points of like tears and laughter and like what the heck is going on?
Did you cast Sending again?
I cast Sending every day.
Oh, okay.
3
until-
times a day.
Three times a day for those days. And I still got nothing. And I don't know. I'm gonna decide over the week if I'm gonna cast one every day or something, but maybe she'll just start. I just realized though, like recently I was like, she could be calling like Malik and being like, yo, what's up, Bjorn? Like, you know, like all these she can contact
no,
everybody. Yeah.
Heavy session tonight, but
Yeah.
but it was good.
Yeah, that actually having Aux kind of stepping back a bit and being like, I'm gonna go a little funny here, helped, because it was like we've done so much with Alveryn that was like, look at all the good that we've done, you know? Like look at all the stuff that look how far we've come, all the funny moments, rather than it being like sad, I'm gonna miss him. Like it's like, look how cool, like he took on down a basilisk, you know? Who does that? Alvyn
There are
does
definitely like benefits to being the comedy relief every once in a while.
that. Yeah. Alvyn, Alveryn, Alton, Al, whatever. Understanding nod. That was great. that little window was so perfect. Like, I know. That was so good. Her personality's fun.
Yay, I'm glad.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, this is fun.
Oh,
It's like a little bit Alvyn, but also like, you know, just a little different too. They're just like a little bit different.
definitely a lot more proper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty unique way for a character to come in, though.
Oh
You know?
my gosh.
I mean, just
Yeah.
as far as like having a new character come in, having that character be the rescued wife of the previous character,
Mhm.
that's pretty unique.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty excited for all the plot stuff that's gonna happen
The hijinks.
and already has. Yeah.
English as a language has too many words.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know. Have you ever tried to speak a language that has like fewer words? Or when you don't know enough words?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh gosh, I can think of 10 words for this in English.
yeah, that being said, the difference between frustrating and disconcerting probably isn't that major of a deal, but it feels like it sometimes.
Oh,
Well,
man.
but think about it, like when you in a conversation, there's a big difference between being angry, mad, perturbed, frustrated, annoyed, livid.
This is
you know,
true.
Those are all words that
Yeah.
kind of describe the same thing, but they're all a little bit different.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, definitely true. Definitely true.
I feel like most other languages are just like they've got their like their toolbox, like their pre-built toolbox, and that's what they do a lot of stuff with it, right? And they're just like, oh well, I don't have quite this right size of thing, but if I just use this one, it works.
Yeah.
We'll just make it work. We'll just use a couple of tools at the same time. Whereas English is like that guy that has an entire garage full of tools, and he's like, these are my pliers for when I'm doing this, and these are my pliers for when I'm doing this, and these are not pliers, even though they look like pliers. They're actually called something else, and this is what you use them for. And it's like everything is like this. There's like 14 different sets of tools that all almost look the same, but they're not quite the same, and yeah.
Yep.
And then there's Mandarin.
Hey, no knocks on man.
Oh, quick question.
No, definitely not.
How did you get like the Katarina like token on the board? Because I cannot generate that. I can only generate the portrait.
Let me. If I go.
Yeah, I really like how you guys have totally not commented on the scales or the spell casting or any other weird shit going on yet.
All right, go ahead and try now.
Nice. Perfect.
Cool.
Oh, can I tell you something interesting, Zach?
You always can tell me something interesting. I love interesting
I
things.
cannot select Alvin's token on the map.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, in this sense, it is kind of fitting.
Yeah, it's a perfect way
You
to
can't.
go out.
Oh.
So yeah, just to share something with you guys, the first time I like started using the token to like move Katarina around, like flawlessly able to move it. It's just
Oh, no.
out.
It's just
Like-
Alvyn.
Yeah, I
Oh,
You have to delete the token. You have to give him
Oh,
permission, then
another-
delete it, and then put it back on or something.
like another thing, like she went through a full initiation into the supernatural ones, like when she was off screen to you guys. Like within her first rolls, like she got like a crit fail
Ha.
and a nat 20 and like
Wow.
everything
She's one
under
of
the
us.
sun.
One of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
better
no,
for worse,
Zach,
she doesn't have a choice now.
no.
No.
He's gone. There you go.
Can you move this token?
No.
That
The
was
one that I just
funny.
put on the board?
Can I put one on the board? I can
The
put
one-
this on the board, and then I can move it.
Can you move that one?
Why does it
There's 2 Alveryns.
I can move this one, fine.
Tradition.
freaking
Because
makes no
nothing
sense.
changes in this party.
Tradition.
Tradition.
It makes no sense why you can be edited and controlled by.
I'm trying to think of like
don't-
bad ways to explain our D&D campaign. Or our Pathfinder campaign. God damn, why do I keep doing that?
Because Wizards of the Coast has like a monopoly on the IP.
Because Woods of the Coast wants to sue me. They're in my head. How paranoid do I sound right now?
Not paranoid enough.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, dude, I don't know. There's literally no reason for
There's
you
no
not to be
reason.
able.
There's
It
literally
always
no logical
it always shows up as like if I click on the token and go to the settings and it represents character and it says none generic token. I don't know why it does that.
Hmm.
No idea.